This video is a vlog of our travel day from Hobart through to Sydney prior to our cruise on board the Pacific Adventure. If you would like to see what we get up to during our travel day and where we stop for dinner in the evening, then stick around and watch the video. After what seemed like an endless wait of months, we were now checked in and ready to board. For the first time since January 2020, I'm getting back on a plane. We are on our way to Sydney, Australia, because we are going to hop on board the Pacific Adventure and go on another cruise. That's worth celebrating.
And we're going to go and see a couple of good mates get married as well.
Rob and Ray. Shout out to Rob and Ray for having the nuptials.
The nuptials.
If you'd like to see what we get up to in and around Sydney and also learn more about Pacific Adventure and cruise life, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thanks to all those people who keep coming back each week. And cheers to the sitting at the airport waiting for the plane to go, or arrive so that we can go. Just like to say a big thank you to Corey, our mate Corey, for coming and collecting us and being our Uber driver to take us to the airport this morning. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. He pulled up in his little car. He had the heater on for us when nice and warm, because here in Tasmania it's Easter Sunday and there's snow on our mountain. It is freezing cold.
When we got out of the car, he did mention something about you don't know how much it's going to cost you. So yeah, he's Ubered me.
I don't want to think about it.
He's Ubered me.
I think you just wanted a big kiss before you took off.
You did. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
I had to basically pull this whole bag apart to get through the scanner. Works out the jacket that I bring is fantastic for setting off the security alarms. Well done, me. Number 2. This is number 2. The plane has been delayed.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Our plane's number 2.
Number 2. Our plane is number 2 because it's not here yet.
She's really lucky. Yeah, number 2.
I hate waiting around the airport because there's nothing to do. We can't fit any more luggage in. Jeff's up to 19, I'm up to 22. We've got like a kilo left if we buy anything. We have to wait carefully. It's the trouble with going on a cruise is because you're flying into where it departs from. You're limited by how much you can take on an aeroplane. Just keep that in mind. Well, it's nearly 1 o'clock. We're finally getting on the plane after delay. Bad mistake, wasn't it, Jeff?
We hit the bar.
We hit the bar hard. I'm not sure. We bet the bar hard.
You got the tickets.
Yeah, got the tickets. And I think we've got everything with us. But yeah, we're finally getting on. Woo. You may ask why the mask. We're not risking it for the cruise.
Normally we wouldn't wear a mask on the plane, but when you go on a cruise, you sort of have to.
Well, yeah, because you pay that much money, you're not going to end up going, no.
Because they won't let you on if you're crook. We're not taking any chances. We're not taking any chances. No chances.
No chances. Takeoff in an airplane is always a bit nerve-wracking, but I think the champagnes might have helped in this instance. So the plan for today is obviously to get to Sydney. We'll get in there later in the afternoon. We will get our way to Cremorne Point Manor, which is where we're going to stay, and we've got some videos on our channel about Cremorne Point, where we always stay when we're in Sydney. And then we'll be out and about trying to find somewhere to get some dinner, I suppose. The pilot informed us that our flight today was only going to take 1 hour and 40 minutes, so quite a fast one. We must have some wind behind us. Nevertheless, I still get a bit bored on the airplane, so here I am trying to annoy Jeff as much as I possibly could. On offering, I had some banana bread that I actually bought at the airport because Virgin have a bad habit of just giving you like a ball of oats or some sort of protein ball. They do have alcohol, which is always a bonus. And before we knew it, we were banking around toward Sydney and getting ready to land at Mascot Airport. You have a few options of getting from Sydney Airport into the city. You can go by bus, which we've never done, the airport train, which we have done, taxi, we've never done, and Uber, we're doing today. The air train would cost us around $20 each, and it would mean that we would get off at Circular Quay and have to lug our luggage around. We would also have to pay for the ferry across to Cremorne, so Uber actually worked out cheaper for us to take today. But this isn't Melbourne, this is Sydney. And you've got to walk to priority pick up to get an Ubs. We could go the train, but Ubs is going to be cheaper today. Isn't that right, Jeff? What?
It's great they have a dedicated spot now for Uber, and it's obviously very, very popular and easy to get to and easy to use.
Right, Jeff just put current location, so hopefully we're going to get an Uber sooner. Who knows where Uber thinks their current location is. But it's actually really nice to know that they've got this, hang on, 40V, is that us? Jeff's just hassling the Ubs driver, working it out. What did you find out? You good?
I think so.
So what was the location?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
He just said pick command.
Okay, we'll just wait here. One's going to turn up eventually.
All was good. One did turn up, and it only took around 5 minutes wait. And listen carefully, here's Jeff's classic question he asks of every Uber driver we ever hop in with.
You been to Tassie before?
I had fun.
Yeah.
Last time I went,
There are so many tunnels now through most of our capital cities, but it certainly does knock the time off and stops you from having to go through those little suburban areas which really slow you down.
So we're going under the harbour. Is this under
yeah.
Yeah?
This is the Hobart tunnel.
Ah.
Under the water.
I had a sinus attack 20 minutes into the down. I don't know if you guys know or not, but you probably hear it in my voice, but I guess I had some really bad sinus. And what happened?
I thought he was going to die. I thought he was going to drag him to the aisle of the aeroplane and start
like,
performing a CPR.
someone had
on him.
a pen stuck into the top of my eye, into my eyebrow. It was like so sore. I thought, oh my God.
Anyway, we made it. We made it.
No,
We
I'm
got
not-
to Cremorne, which is where we are now. Hang on a second. We're in Cremorne, and we've just got to watch this corner.
Yeah, what's this corner?
Dropped our stuff off at Cremorne Point Manor. And
Which just happens to be our favourite.
But we do stay here all the time when we come to Sydney. And we're on our way down to the ferry terminal. It's a bit windy. We're going to head across to Sydney and get something to eat for dinner.
But guys, it's our favourite because it's just 100 metres up the road and you're on the Sydney Harbour. I can see the Sydney Harbour
So
bridge
can
up
I.
there. There's the,
Let's have a look at
there's
it.
the Opera House. You know, it takes...
It's just there. A lot of people walking around. I think it's because it's Easter Sunday. We need to do that walk tomorrow,
Yeah.
early.
Where's that taking? Ferry's going in.
Is it?
Now, while you take a little gander at this view, what we managed to find out was that there was no ferry because it was Easter Sunday and all the times were all out of whack according to timetables. So there was no opportunity for us to get across through Sydney on the ferry. And we weren't keen on paying for another Uber because we had a couple of days in Sydney, plenty of time to go across to that side of the harbour. So what we did do was order an Uber and we headed up back towards Mossman to a pub called the Oaks Hotel in Neutral Bay.
No?
What are you having?
I'm having barramundi.
Barramundi?
Yeah.
Now, don't be deceived in that none of these seats are being taken right now because we are early eaters. It is probably about 5:30 in the afternoon. It did fill up pretty quickly.
Grabbed an Uber up to Neutral Bay in Sydney, and we are currently at the Oaks Hotel here in Neutral Bay. And the Oaks Hotel is owned, it's got a very historic relevance to it, and there is an 80-year-old oak tree out in the outdoor garden, which we might take a look at a little bit later. Jeff's just put in an order for rump steak. I'm having some barramundi, and we're just going to enjoy the fact that we made it to Sydney, we're alive, and enjoy our first meal together. So cheers to that.
Cheers. You can work it out.
Cheers. Cheers. So if I work it out, Tui's new.
Yeah, all over it.
It was? Tui's new. I got it.
Yeah, guys, this is Jeffrey here. We've made it to Sydney on our epic journey to a cruise and a wedding. We tried to get on the ferry this afternoon to go into town, Circular Quay, to get something to eat, but public holiday is not running so well. So we've caught another Uber and we've come up to this place called the Oaks in Neutral Bay. So far so good, looks alright. We've ordered some oysters and some steaks and barramundi and some gelato. So we'll let you know how it goes, but so far so good, looks alright. Keep you informed. These aren't Tasmanian oysters.
No, they're not Tasmanian, they're Sydney, but let's give it a crack. I've already started, sorry. And I would literally book a return flight only to go to Sydney to have this dessert. It was so good. We're going to have a blues your daddy. Don't look at that.
I always rate a bar if they've got ouzo.
If they've got ouzo, they have ouzo?
I know, can't see it.
Hey?
I rate it very well, don't I?
We're now having some Sydney water. Isn't this right, Jeff? That's Sydney water?
Yeah, they got some problems with their water, haven't they?
I think so. I thought ours was looking a bit calcium lime rusted. I think Sydney water might be a little bit out there.
This is called Blues Your Daddy.
Blues your daddy. How's Blues your daddy? Tell me. How is it? Nice?
Yeah, it just tastes like lemonade.
Who's your daddy? That. So right behind me, it's a huge big sports pub. This is Taffy's Bar. And there's sports stuff everywhere. It's pretty cool. You might be fooled into thinking that we have been on a huge pub crawl, but we haven't actually left one venue. We've had dinner in the restaurant, we've been to the sports bar, we've now come to the cocktail bar. We haven't left the Oaks Hotel.
The oak tree outside.
The oak tree is outside.
They've got about 5 or 6 different places where you can drink in this place.
We've just wandered around inside the same venue, so we're not on a big crawl, we're actually just moved bar to bar in the one place.
I'll say this quietly because I've just said to the lady behind the bar, right? Down in Hobart, we've got some really good cocktail bars, haven't we? We've got really good places.
Gyms, Heavens.
Yeah. But they're hitting us up like 25, 28, 30 bucks a cocktail. We come here, they're like 16 to 20 bucks a cocktail. We are getting stooged in Tasmania. Tell your friends, put it in the paper. Send it to the Mercury. This is wrong.
Come Sydney.
Turn it around.
I am. You probably can't see us very well, but we're in the middle of Sydney somewhere. We just left the pub and we're trying to find our way back to our hotel, and we've got the whole of Mossman to explore.
You know, a lot of people might be scared about walking around town on their own. A young woman and a young...
I'm very scared right now.
Not so young man.
We just stopped in at the Coles Express, saved Jeff from buying some pork crackle.
Yeah.
I think we know where we're going.
Hey, look, and if it doesn't matter...
I know where I'm going, but...
Kids, it doesn't matter because we've got a 6-pack of Canadian Club and Dries.
Crack one of them open right now, let's go. Given that this video has been made, you know that we actually got back to Cremorne Point Manor quite safely and without taking too many wrong turns, thanks to me, the navigator. Anyway, tomorrow we are going exploring over on the other side of the city, so if you're enjoying these videos, please make sure you like, subscribe and join us for the next one where we take you exploring through Sydney City. Until then, catch you next one.